Start, sir.
Hello everyone, good afternoon, all the students. I am C. Arpit Kabra, Regional Council Member WIRC, and I welcome all of you to this first students webinar. We've launched a series of webinar for all the students so that while we are away from office, our learnings don't stop and we get the best of all the worlds. So irrespective of whether you're an article trainee of any firm, now you'll get training from the best of the best people from various firms, and you'll get the exposure that anyone else would get. So let's use this opportunity to learn and unlearn and relearn actually, so that we could build our skill sets and utilize this time, work on the projects that every faculty would give you. The best part of these entire series of webinars that will be held from 2 to 3:30 is every faculty who's coming in, they'll be giving you a live case study. They'll be giving you Excel worksheets to work on, and whatever they are trying to teach or they're trying to coach or they're trying to pass on, you'll all be able to do it practically at your own end. So during the seminar, during this series, you will get an email with a link wherein all these Excel worksheets will be uploaded, and you can download those and you can start working on them for your own results. And then you can reach out to any of us through WIRC. This event is taken over by the Vikasa, and today we have Vikasa Chairman of WIRC, CA Hitesh Bhai Pomal. I really thank the chairman of this region, WRC chairman CA Lalit Bajaj, secretary CA Murtuza Kachwala, vice chairman CA Vishal Doshi, and treasurer CA Anand Jakhotia for creating this entire setup dedicatedly for students, so that we could really do that little bit extra during these challenging times for all of us. I also recognize the presence of CA Manish Gadia, Regional Council Member. I have CA Gaurav Mishra, the speaker for today's session, also with us. So I'll request CA Hitesh Pomal, Vikasa Chairman, to please share his opening remarks.
Thank you very much, Arpit Bhai. Very good afternoon to all. Dear friends, this new financial year 2021 has begun with an unprecedented situation of lockdown in the nation due to this COVID-19 pandemic worldwide. And as we all know, the importance of homestay and to maintain the social distancing, at the same time, it is very much important to utilize this opportunity to update our knowledge and sharpen our skills. I am sure that the students are utilizing this extra time available with them at their disposal in the most efficient manner, and this lockdown will not become the mental lockdown. We at Vikasa has also taken an initiative for training of the students through series of webinars, as Arpit Bhai has said already, on various subjects for the benefit of the students. And I am hopeful that students will take the maximum benefit out of it. And today, since we are starting this web series with the presentation on this data mining and data analysis from the balance sheet, which is very, very important in nowadays audit this thing, and by the learned speaker, CA Sri Gaurav Bhai Mishra, I welcome him too. I am sure the maximum students will participate in these webinars and will enrich their knowledge. We at Vikasa are also planning some other programs like mock test or the what we can say online quiz, etc., for which we are working, and will definitely Arpit Bhai will come up with the announcement very soon for the benefit of the students. And I request all the students to take the maximum benefit of these initiatives of the WRC, and wishing you all a very happy e-learning. Thank you very much and all the best. Over to you, Arpit Bhai.
Voice not coming.
मिश्रा जी आवाज नहीं आ रही है अर्पित की.
सर उन्होंने माइक म्यूट किया है.
Hello. Yeah. Sorry. Thank you, Hitesh Bhai. Thank you for your address. Thank you, Vikasa Chairman. And really, the Vikasa is working round the clock to set up more and more such events, so that your learnings won't stop, and plus you get that extra edge to be competitive in these times. And once you resume office, You will be armed with a lot of weapons in order to tackle audits, in order to tackle GST, in order to tackle forensics, in order to tackle any other stream that you would expect to be. So just stay disciplined, stay along, and focus and complete the entire webinars and stay with us, and connect us for any feedback or any suggestion that you have. I'll request now Manish Gadia sir to please introduce today's speaker.
Thank you, Arpit, for giving me this opportunity to introduce today's learned speaker. CA Gaurav Mishra is 27-year-old. Is 27-year-old young CA. He is CA, BA, BCom, MCom, and having professional experience of more than 4 years in working with KPMG. He has qualified his CA in 2016 with highest marks in ISCA, the most tough topic as far as students are concerned, at Allahabad branch of CIRC. He has completed his post-graduation from Allahabad Agriculture University. He ranked first in university level. Currently, he is pursuing ACCA UK. He has been associated with KPMG and engaged into GRCS practice. At GRCS practice, his function involved data analytics through various tools, providing assurance services, process transformation, SOP development, and developing dashboard for management of various levels. He has a strong hold experience of data analytics and core assurance services. He was also visiting faculty at for CACS at leading coaching institute recently, and he has a passion to teach students, speaker at various seminar and writing books and articles. So before inviting Gaurav bhai, I just congratulate Hitesh bhai, Vikasa chairman, for organizing such a web series for a student. And I also put on record the effort put in by the Arpit for organizing this web series. Now I request all the students to kindly welcome Gaurav Mishra with loud applause at your end.
Thank you so much, sir. So can I go ahead? Hello, Mr. Vinay.
बोलिए
Vinay,
सर.
yeah, audible now?
हाँ सर.
Yeah,
Yes
okay.
sir. Yes sir. Okay.
Thank you so much, Arpit sir. Thank you so much, Hitesh bhai. Thank you so much, Manish Gadia sir, for giving me this opportunity. And I hope that I'll definitely deliver something which is very useful for our students, for article assistants, whether they are into the semi-qualified CAs or they are into the starting year of the articleship. So definitely I'll do something. I'll share my experience, what I had gained since last 4 years with all of you, what I have gained over 4 years with the Big Four. So I had done a lot of data analysis. So I'm not going to mind into part because the same thing has been addressed by Manish Gadia sir. So as without wasting the time, I'm just going to the quick point, which is today's session. It is the data analysis, data mining through balance sheets. So I think students or my friends, if there is any query, so you can ask. So just before you can write on the chat box. I think Vinay chat box is there.
Sir.
Vinay chat box is available here.
नहीं सर आपके लिए नहीं हमारे लिए क्वेश्चन आएगा जो आपको शेयर
No, yes. So the questions will come to us. Yeah, all students can put on their questions. We'll receive those questions.
Sure.
We'll compile them and we'll share it with you.
Okay.
So that you can take those
Sure.
questions
Sure.
one by one.
Thank you, Arpit sir. Okay, so the topic is data mining and data analytics, which is very important topic and very hot topics as far as in terms of the data analytics part. This is nowadays, this is a career, as a separate career, as we are into the earlier into the, you can say, stat audit or into the internal audit, or someone was into the forensic audit. But nowadays data analytics is a separate career for the chartered accountants, because lot of industries, there are a lot of fraud chances, there are big volume of data analytics. So I'm just giving you the example before coming into all these points. So I'm just giving you one of the example because you can say I have a core experience into the metal and mining sector and manufacturing sector. So in these type of industry, there are a lot of huge volume of data in one day. There is a data volume, if I can say, in terms of the purchase or in terms of the sales, you can say the daily invoicing was of around 1,000 or 1,500, and in a month you will get the entire 50,000 line items of data. So doing this particular volume of data analysis is a very important thing, and from these things there are a lot of chances where the employees, where the management can do the mistakes, and management wants to know where we had done the mistakes, what is the outcome. So by doing this particular data analysis we can find out something very useful for the management. So this is the basic the data analysis. And in terms of the data mining is also very important thing. Basically this is the program based, this is the developer based, software develop, you can say. So cleansing of data, it is, you can say it's a data mining from the lakh number of rows. If you are cleaning the data, you are organizing the data, it is the part of the data mining. So data mining and data analysis both are interconnected with each other. So if I can say how we will go forward for the data mining and data analytics part, so I'll just say you one thing. As of now, we people are, I'm just sharing my experience. Since in last 4 years back, if I tell about myself, I was only aware about the Excel part or MS Access part. But after these 4 years, I can now understand what is the importance of the data analysis, how the data analysis can be a career for anyone's as a fresher chartered accountant, because nowadays Flipkarts, Amazon, Walmart, these companies are doing a lot of data analysis. And data analytics is a separate career, you can say, a lot of certifications by the IITs, NITs, and foreign universities as well. So apart from the Excel, there are a lot of tools available for the data analysis. I think someone is aware about the IDEA or Tableau or R function or Python. So these are the part of the data analysis. So our topic is data, how we can do the data analysis in part of the balance sheets or as a financial statement part. So how we can do. So first of all, just to give you one thing, earlier what as a part of the stat audit, what we were doing the we were doing the entire balance sheet audits because management prepares the financial statement and send us for the audits. So we perform the analytical procedures, we perform the ICI guidelines and all those things, and applicable accounting standards or audit standards. And we simply present this to management because these are our observation. But nowadays there's a lot of, for the listed companies, there's a limited review. Some companies closes their books on a monthly basis, listed companies, they are closing their books on a quarterly basis. So nowadays management wants, boss, can you just give me dashboard solution where I can see the entire key information as a part of our financials so that I can take the decisions. In that particular dashboard, I'll just show you the dashboard at the last of the session what I have developed for you. So in that particular dashboard, your entire profitability statement, your financial statements, your ratios, your trend analysis, your range analysis, entire thing is being done. So that is the dashboard solution. So this is the extra advantage what we can put out to the management as a part of the auditor. So in terms of the, so what is the objective of this session? I'm just telling you, I'm just sharing my experience how we can do the data analysis and what are the key functions in the Excel as of now. I'll also show you some one of the tool, Power BI, where I have developed something in terms of the finance also, because this is one of the balance sheet parts. I think you must heard about the expected credit loss for the debtors. So basically the objective of this session, I think I can, you will get the knowledge how we can do the data analysis, what are the key ratios, what are the key formulas we can use during the balance sheet audit or during the stat audit, or you can say any of the audit, internal audit as well. Before going to the next part, I'm just telling you these are the basic agendas how I'll go forward. I'll just cover this into the three parts. One is the financial statement, which everyone is aware about what are the financial statement, and I think we all have learned this particular thing in IPCC level. What are the financial statement? But I'll add something extra: how management thinks, because we know these are the financial statement. But as an auditor, when you are doing the audit, you should also know the management perspective, how the management is thinking, why these financial statements are important for management and in terms of the various stakeholders. Second, I'll cover data mining and data analysis part, how the data mining and data analysis can help into the financial statement audit. So I'll cover here what is the data mining and what is the data analysis, what is the pros and cons of all these things, and what is the market tool available which you should know. Yeah, these are the market tools available for the data mining and data analysis, because nowadays only knowing the Excel is not a big thing, because as a chartered accountant or as aspiring chartered accountant, we should also know what are the various tools available for the data analysis, because now the industry wants boss, you are a chartered accountant, but what else, what extra you have apart from the chartered accountant. So I think that this will definitely help you a lot. Third thing, I have covered something in terms of analysis, where I'll do the practical part with all of you, and I think you all receive, you can download these particular presentation and data analysis what I had done along with the from the WIRC websites. So I'm just going to the next part. These are the financial statements. What is the financial statement? I'm not just going detail into all these things. What is the financial statement? What is the objective? I'll just frankly cover how stakeholders think, how stakeholders analyzes the data, what are the important data for the various stakeholders. So I'll cover all those things, which is very important, and I think which you must know as a beginning of your career. So basically the financial statement is nothing but you can say it's a written records reports prepared by the company's management to present the financial performance and position at one point of time. Financial statements, some companies prepare on a monthly basis, closes their books. Some companies closes their books on a quarterly basis, and some companies closes their books on a half yearly and some on a yearly basis. But as far as management or stakeholders is concerned, because as of now you can understand there are a lot of startup companies where a lot of investors have their investors invested their money. So these particular fellow, as an investor, I should always keep watch on the company where I have invested, because these things where I have to monitor very well how the company is going on, what are the financial positions, how the company is going on in terms of the internal control, in terms of governance and all those things. So this is the part of what I'll cover here. There are two things. One is the analysis of that financial statement, and second is the interpretation. So both are interconnected with each other, but financial statement analysis is different, interpretation is different. Analysis is nothing but you can say by applying the various formulas, by applying your mind, you can say, boss, these are the ratios, these are the profitability number, these are all these things. But in terms of interpretation, how you can interpret your financial statement as a stakeholders, here the stakeholders views are coming, how stakeholders interpret their financial statement. As auditor, if you are presenting your balance sheets or you are presenting your audit reports in the audit committee or with the board of directors, how you can interpret your findings, how you can interpret your recommendation or financial numbers. Suppose if I'm just talking boss, these are the ratios, and because nobody is interested to listen what are the ratios, how you can interpret that ratios, what is the importance of debt equity ratio, if the debt equity ratio is less than 1 or less than 1.5, what is the operating leverage, how it will affect to the company. So these things, this is the important thing what you should know as an interpretation part, and both are interlinked with each other. And when you just do the analysis part from the company's existing data, if you are doing the data analysis, this is only a subset of the entire financial you can say analysis part. But in terms of the financial analysis, when you are doing the market data, when you are doing the analysis of the competitor data, and when you are doing the financial disclosure as well, these are the shareholding pattern changes, these are the changes from last quarter to this quarter. So these are the part of the financial analysis. Now I'm come to the point ki these are the 5 statements which is very important what one stakeholder is going to see. One is the statement of equity and liabilities, which earlier was the balance sheet, and this is into the vertical format. Earlier the balance sheet was into the T format. Now the second one is the statement of profit and loss. I'm not going into the format of all these things because I think you are well aware about all those things. Third is the cash flow statement. Fourth is the statement of changes in equity, means what is the changes in equity share holdings, what are the changes in equity and reserves. So this is the part of this. And last is the notes to financial statement. Notes to financial statement, it is very important thing for understanding the financial statement, because whether the company is going concern, the concept behind this is covered. How you create the provision, how you create the balance sheets, you will came to know from these particular notes to account. So this is the basic part. How you are going to charge the depreciation, how you are going to create the provisions, what are the shareholding, when you are going to create the, means you can say employee benefits provisions, so what concept you are following. So all these things are covered in the notes to financial statement. So now I'll cover key who are the stakeholders to the financial statement. This is very important thing, because you are not going to prepare the financial statement for the management. There are around 10 to 11 stakeholders. For them you are going to prepare your financial statement. Now the thing is this, whether the stakeholders are same for a small size company or for big size company. Yes, there are directly or indirectly, these are the stakeholders who will relook into your financial statement. I'm just giving you one example which I have recently analyzed how stakeholders react. One is the stakeholders to the financial management, one is the management. So I will try to divide into two parts. One is the internal stakeholders, second one is the external stakeholders. So investors, government, they are customers, they are the external stakeholders, and others are the internal stakeholders. Management, employees, competitors, they are the external stakeholders. Lenders, they have lended the money, so they are the internal stakeholders. So I'll just tell you about how these stakeholders will analyze the financial statement and what are the importance of these, what are the importance and how they will react. So one is the management. What management will relook into their financial statement. So first of all, as a part of management, I am the promoter of the company. So what I'll see, boss, what is our profitability situation? Whether my company is going on the profit side or into the loss side or into the break-even side. Second thing is this, what are the financial positions of the company? One is the profitability, second is the positions. Positions you can see from the balance sheet, and profitability you will see from the statement of profit and loss account. So what is the shareholdings, what is the loan outstanding or lender outstanding? So these things you will came to know from the profitability part. Second is the investors. Management will, after seeing all these financial statements, management will make their decision or decide for the futures. So this is the part of the management. Second is the investors. I'm the investor. I have put my money into your company. So what I'll relook basically the cash flow part. Rather than the balance sheet part, I'll relook into the cash flow part, how the cash flow is important for me. I'll monitor day-to-day cash position. I'll just do the data cash flow sensitive analysis. How the market force will going to impact my receivables or payables. Because as of now, you can see the COVID-19 era. Nobody has expected this situation is going to happen. So this thing, how it will impact to the cash flow part. Obviously, this will definitely impact, because as a manufacturer, if I have manufactured something for some customers, so what I'll see from the point of view, what I'll see ki, because the ultimate customer to whom I have sold the material, they will not going to pay the money in this particular COVID-19 era, because they have also not in terms of receipt of money. In terms of payable, if I am not in terms of receipt of money, how I am going to pay to the vendors? And my outstanding in terms of the my outstanding, so these things will happen कि कौन कैसे करेगा. And in terms of the customers, how the customer is going to react, they will do the long-term partnership with the company. They will do the long-term partnership contract with the company, so they will rule it what is the financial positions, whether the company is going to go for the, can say, going concern or not. For the competitors, they will relook. Basically, this is applicable in means, you can say, in terms of listed company. They will just take out the data from the money control or stock exchange, and they will analyze how competitor companies are working. And government agencies, they will do the analysis in terms of the economic situation, tax forecasting, and all those things. Employee, they will understand what is the strength of the company, and this part of the lenders. How the lender will just react. Basically, there's some ratios. One is the debt equity ratios, one is the current ratios, one is the working capital cycle. So these things are going to be looked into by the lenders to whether the company is into the situation of paying the money or not. So I'm just now coming to the data science part, which is very important. So I think this one is too much data. We don't need too much data to analyze. We need to go deeper. So assume you are doing the data analysis for one of the telecom company, where the lot of data is involved in a month. You can say for one process. For the revenue cycle, I'm just saying there's a lot of data. You can say around 1 lakh data line item of data, and you have to do the data analysis by this particular part. So it's a very important topic and very critical job in terms of the data analysis. And in terms of the data mining, so basically you do the data, you can say statics, artificial intelligence, which is now a very important thing, and machine learning. Nowadays, by using the machine learning, machine language, we are developing a lot of tools and softwares. So these things are very important from there. So now I'm coming to the point. What is the data mining? So before going into the practical of various aspects, I'm just telling you what are the data mining. The process of data mining is a complex process that involves intensive data warehousing as well as powerful computational technologies. Furthermore, data mining is only limited to the extraction of data, but it is also used for transformation of data, cleaning, data integration. What I was telling to you कि data mining कितना important है. Assume आपके पास 1 lakh line items का data है, and you have to analyze the data, and that is the dump data. And from that particular raw data, you have to clean the entire data, and you have to get out this is the particular result. So this is the importance of the data mining. Now the thing is this, what are the steps involved in the data mining? And one more thing what I want to say, where the data mining applications is being used as of now. So basically it is used in the market scenario. You can say stock exchanges, fraud detection for the, you can say, I want to say forensic audits, risk management, and analyzing the data. Data mining steps in data mining, there's a lot of data. So these are the data, these are the steps of data mining. So one is the database. You have to extract the dump data from the particular system. You can say SAP or ERP, whatever the data you have. From that data, you have to clean and integrate the data. Now the thing is this, what is the cleaning and integration of data? So in terms of 1 lakh line items or n number of rows, there are certain rows which is not required to you. So there are a lot of tools. So these are the tools available with you. So what you have to do, you have to just upload the data into this particular data mining tools, and now you have to select what data, what type of what column or what rows you don't want. So you have to just select an entire, that particular thing is called as data cleaning and integration. After data cleaning and integration, you have to transform the data into a required format, and now into the required format you have to do the pattern analysis, or you can say it's a data analysis. After that particular data analysis, you can see, so present your report. I'm just giving you one example where the data mining is being used. So in terms of stock exchange data analysis, how the particular stock is being performed, what is the trend analysis, 1 to 1 minute data, 1 to 1 second data, how the competitor data is being performed. So this is basically used in that particular scenario where you can do the data mining basically. What is the data science? How it is important for us? It is basically the interdisciplinary field that uses scientific methods, processes, algorithms, and systems to extract knowledge and insights from many structured and unstructured data. So when you are going to do the data analysis, always think you don't have structured data, you have the unstructured data. Because from the unstructured data, doing the data analysis is very typical job, and that is the best part of the data analysis. What are the scientific methods? I have told you okay, for the data analysis there are a lot of you can say tools are available. Python, as of now, the hot and hot thing is this Python. Everybody is doing the data analysis from the Python, and you have to just write the queries, just write the function into the Python, and you will get the required result. So this is the part of the scientific methods. What is the importance? Why? Means why we are using the, before going to the Excel part, just give me 10 minutes. So after that, I'll go to the data part, Excel part. What is the importance of data science? Why it is important? And how we can apply this particular data science in the finance part. One is this key for doing the data analysis. One is this, we have to make some decisions. We have to forecast the things. We have to do the business decisions. We have to make the decisions for the better products, whether to take the loans, whether to go for this customers or not, and various types of business. For all those things, data science is important. So I'll say one thing in a nutshell: for making the business decisions quicker and faster and in real-time basis, data science is very important. Now, what is the application? How we can use the data science in finance? One is the risk analytics. This is basically when you will analyze in the internal audit part, real-time analysis. Third is the consumer analytics. Fourth is the customer data management. So now I'll just tell you one thing. Risk analytics, how I'm going to do this particular risk analytics as a part of data science. So I'm just giving you one example which is also part of your you can say balance sheet part or financial statement part. One is the revenue recognition. When you are going to the revenue recognition, so as per accounting standard or as per Indian accounting standards, so you have to there are 4 to 5 categories where on that basis you will do the you can say risk you will analyze what is whether to recognize the revenue or not. So what I'll do, you have a database of part you can say you have a database, so you can say of a revenue customer. You have the database of invoice engine, you have a database. Now you have to analyze whether the revenue has been recognized properly or not. So on that, I'll just give you the example post all these things. So where there you will do the data risk analytics, real-time analytics. I'm just giving you one example. In terms of toll road, when you're doing the audit for the, you can say various type of tools, whether what is the tool collections and all those things on a real-time analysis basis. On real-time analysis basis, what is the revenue generation at the end of the day, how many vehicle posted, how many vehicles they have not paid the, you can say, toll collection charges and all those things. So this is the real-time analytics part. And one more thing in terms of the manufacturing industry, what I'll tell, if I have developed the dashboards or tool, how many vehicles came into the plant for dispatch of material, for unloading of materials. So these things as a part of the real-time analytics. As a part of management, what management will see or what CEO will see, what in terms of finance numbers. Suppose if I have total invoice, total sale to the customer today is of around 100 crores, and there are around, you can say, 1,000 number of vouchers. And if I have developed a tool where the CEO or management can see this is the last day or last half an hour revenue. So this thing you can see by the real-time analytics. I'll show the dashboard post all these things. Consumer analytics, definitely this is basically used in the consumer behavior analytics. You can say basically these are being used in the FMCG part. Customer data management, yeah, this is the basically part. Now I'm going to just see what are the data science steps when you are going to analyze the data. Data analytics is a part of data science. So data science is one part. Into that part, data analytics is subset. So data science, what are the steps? How you will do the data analysis? So first of all, I'm just giving you in terms of, you can say, draft language. So what, as a layman language, if I am not doing anything, so what I'll do, I'll just extract the data. I'll understand the data, what is the data. Then I'll do the formatting, I'll do the data cleansing and pre-processing and all those things. So after that, I'll do the data analysis. Which type of analysis I want to see? I want to see now what are the open POs, how in terms of the provision checking. Suppose if the bills has not been booked and you want to cross verify all those things. So what you have to do, you have to just take the dump from the system key. How many GRNs have been prepared? So from that particular GRN or from the yes, from that particular GRN you can identify if for this particular line items you have to create the GRNs or provision. So that is the data analysis part. Whether the revenue has been recognized properly or not, this is also the data analysis. In terms of risk management process, what are the open POs? How many POs has been sought closed? How many POs have been amended? So these are the part of data. Duplicate invoicing. So this is the part of the data analysis. Visualization is also what I have covered. Data prediction. Yeah, now the data prediction, what is the data prediction? Data prediction is nothing but from the existing data, if you are going to forecast for the future, boss, these are the 3-month trend or these are the 6-month trend, and now on the basis of this particular trend you are going to do the data analysis for coming 2 to 3 months. So this is the data prediction. I'm just giving you one example at one of my client place what I had done. So I had done the data analysis for the, you can say, revenue part in terms of the customers, what would be the sales in coming 2 or 3 months. So I have done the detailed analysis for the customers. Then I have identified, boss, yes, these are the trend. Every month 10 to 15% increase or decrease in this particular customer or in this particular grade or category of the material. So this is the part of the data prediction. So tools for the data sciences. Python, what I have told to you, Python, it is very nowadays very hot, and Python is being used for developing a lot number of tools. R, which is, or you can say, visualizing and analyzing the data. One is the Apache Spark, Tableau visualization software, and as of now, SAS, Python, R, and Tableau, these 3 or 4, which is very important tools for the data science, and these are being used for the various industry, for the various multinational firms and all those things. Even Flipkart, when you are going to the data science or data analytics degree, so you are going to learn all these things. So basically these involve the writing of queries and languages and programming and all those things. So these are the data science tools. Now the point is this key data analytics in financial statement. So I have taken this particular thing from one of the research paper, how the audit has been evaluated. So I'm just going to tell you one thing. Before 6 years when I was doing the articleship and as of now, what are the pattern changes? We were doing the management have prepared the, you can say, financial statement. We just check each and every data and all those things. And we have less focus. We were less focusing on the trend analysis, forecasting, and even we never follows the population testing and all those things. Our approach to the data analysis was different as compared to as of now. So these are the, you can say, evaluation of audit. So earlier we were doing the manual audits. Now the current data analysis, PAR data 1 million plus, population sampling and all those things. And the future is purely is going to be based on the artificial intelligence. So these things are going to evolve from over a period of time. So I'm not going to tell you what is the data analysis, and because I have already told you what is the data analysis and how the big data analytics is going to be the career for anyone. So these are the data analytics tool, what I'm going to show you. So data analytics, which is a sub part of data science. So what I'll see, there are, I have mentioned around five tools. One is the Excel, which everyone is knowing, but in Excel I can see there are a lot of formulas, there are a lot of functions which we should have to use as part of the data analysis. So Excel, one is the idea, which is very advanced version of the Excel. Third is the ACL, SAS, and data mining. And now I have not used one tool is the Power BI. Power BI is basically used for the real-time data analysis. And this is the advanced version of the Excel, what you can say. Because in the Power BI, you have to just write the query at the first time. You have to do the hard work for the first time, and every time you have to just put your data into the input sheets and you have to just refresh your query and the entire sheets will be updated. So this is the Power BI use. These are the changes within the audit due to the data analysis part. What I have told to you, how the data analysis changes our view, because earlier we were doing the traditional approach. Now we do the lot of data analysis, lot of trend analysis, lot of forecasting, because management is more interested in all these things. Because when you do the data analysis, the thing is this, understanding the data is very important. If you have not understood the data in a proper manner, what is the existing data and what we have to find out, what management wants from this particular data, till that time you can't do the data analysis. So I can say one thing in terms of the data analysis, or as a part of data science or data scientist or data analyst, the most important thing is this: we have to critically examine the data. What is the data? Till the time you will not understand the basic data, you can't do the data analysis. So this is the most important thing what we have to see. Top CXOs के लिए what are the important data analysis? Was the anti money laundering, fraud detection, model risk management, credit risk, loss forecasting, and targeted risk. For the tax officers, because tax forecasting, you can do the tax forecasting if you had done the forecasting analysis for your financials. So these are the things what you will see as a part of the data analytics. Now, what is the new way of analysis? How the thing have been moved? So what we were doing, so we were just simply doing, we have done the statutory audit, we have prepared our audit reports, and we have just presented it to the management. That was the approach at time of the audit. I'm just talking in terms of the stat audit. And in terms of the internal audit, our focus was more on the observation, because these are the process gaps in your observation, and now you have to mitigate this particular thing. but now the era has been changed. So these are the era. I have just tried to put the things how the era has been changed. From the start audit, we came to the reporting part. That's good. No, means you can say no matter to management, but now the MIS part, how the MIS is important as a part of the financial statement. Management or investor doesn't have a time in a board meeting, or you can say in audit committee, to see your entire 24 pages financial statement where a lot of schedules, notes to accounts were involved, or 100 pages. They just want the information ki boss, these are the information which you can put into the MIS format in a single pages. After that, what happened? Dashboard, where they want ki, apart from the number, I want the chart format where I can analyze ki our number is moving from this particular range to this particular range. Now the predictive modeling from the existing data, as auditor or as a risk management professionals, you have to do the forecasting for the company. And now the artificial intelligence, which is the going forward advanced view for the data analysis. So these are the view how we have progressed. So these are the things for the MIS, descriptive analytics, and artificial intelligence. Now the tools, these are the decision support system. I think I'm not going to tell you all these theory questions because I have to do the Excel analysis for you also. So these are the Power BI, what I was telling. I'll show you the live example of the Power BI. This is the Tableau, R, Python, tensor analysis. TensorFlow is also for the data science. SAS, which is basically applicable for the stats, and this is basically used by the statistical department. So now I'm just coming to the point which is very important for us. What are the key data analytics in financial statement? So I think I might have not covered the entire formulas, but I'll tell you in Excel file itself. So this is the formulas. VLOOKUP, pivot chart, aging analysis, where we'll do the ECL, if and or, conditional formatting, ratio analysis, expense grouping or GL mapping, because this is very important, data analysis and provisions mapping. So these are the things which I'm going to cover as a part of Excel. So I'll request everyone, please do the data analysis along with me, so that you will came to know how I'm going to work and what is the importance, how Excel is going to work for you. So I'm just going to the one part in the balance sheet part. I'm just opening. So I'll do first one thing. I'll perform, because what are the critical analysis or what are the important analysis as part of the financial statement, I'll tell you all those things. Okay. If anyone have a query, so please just write it down, and I think Arpit sir has told me that they will forward me the query in a list, in a bunch, over my mail, so I'll respond accordingly.
Also, just for the benefit of all the participants, we are just about to upload this on the WRC website. Gaurav sir, I'll just send you the link. You may just publish that link in your slides so that everyone can see and can download these Excel files also that you prepared for working.
Okay.
I'll just share that in 5 more minutes. You may continue with the Excel and the analysis part. While I'll request all the participants to open up an Excel, fire their Excel sheets, and work along with Gaurav sir. At least note down the formulas in the process. In just next 5-10 minutes, I'll share you the link where you can download these Excel files from ICI WRC website, students resources, and then you can do it along with the as the speaker says.
So can I go ahead with my data analysis part?
Yes, please go ahead. You can talk about the practical aspects, and they may
Yeah, sure.
then do
I'm
it.
just going to talk about that.
Yes. Yes.
So I'll request everyone ki you just please note down the formula. Else I'll do one thing also ki I'll send this. But I have whatever the sheet I have given to you, the formula has been already linked with there. Just 1 minute, please. Just 10 second, please. Okay, so I'm going to cover one is the basically which point is very important in the panel sheet. There's a point called receivables, and we classify the receivables, and based on that basis we will classify or we will calculate the expected credit loss. So as a part of receivable aging, I'm just going to tell you okay, how the receivable how it is going to help and how I will calculate the agings. So this is my Excel sheet. This is the dump data and this is not the accurate data. So, but for your Excel analysis part, I'm just telling you how it is going to help and how we will calculate the aging and how the aging is very important for us. Can we minimize this, Vinay?
Yes, sir.
Vinay, can you hear me? So
Yes,
I
sir.
want to minimize this particular box.
सर मिनिमाइज ऊपर से
आप
करिए
इसको मिनिमाइज कर सकते
ऊपर
हो?
नहीं आप करिए
ओके,
कंट्रोल डी दबाइए ना सर विंडो
no, from where to? This is the I'm not
सर
able to
विंडो डी दबा
minimize.
दीजिए सर विंडो डी दबा दीजिए ना विंडो डी हाँ
ये मैंने किया, बट ये शो होगा क्या?
हाँ हो रहा है
ठीक है, चलो
आपका टेस्ट हो जा रहा है
हाँ ठीक है. So my Excel sheet is visible to all.
और
Vinay,
और करिए हाँ सर और करिए सर थोड़ा
एक मिनट, अभी चलेगा?
नहीं सर और जूम करिए सर
जूम करना है मुझे?
हाँ सर बस चल जाएगा
Is
सर
it okay? चलो,
Yes,
okay,
sir.
no issue. So this is my basic. This is my receivable aging part. I have to calculate the receivable aging. So how to calculate the receivable aging? This is very important. So I have done. So basically here, this is the file. How I will calculate. So these are the invoice. These are the customers. And one more thing which is very important while doing the receivables or payable aging, you have to do the aging analysis invoice wise rather than on the ledger wise basis. So these are the things which is very important. I'm going to tell you how to calculate the aging, which is very important. So I'm just writing these are the voucher number, and these are the vouchers date. So from this particular voucher date, I have to calculate how many number of days overdue. So I'll remove this particular thing. These are the things. So what I had done, so I'll first calculate difference in days. So these are the things. So what I'll do, suppose if I am doing the data analysis, and as on 31st March, I'll pick up the date from 31st March 2020 for my case, or you can take the today's date. So ठीक है, मैं आज की डेट लेता हूँ. So what I'll do, I'll just do the data means this minus this. And now the thing is this. So these are the things. Now what I have done, I have just minus the formula F1 minus D3. Now what I'll do, I'm just giving you the example how it is going to be on the error side. So I have copied and pasted this particular slide. And now this is a value, hashtag value, and all those things. In the second column, if I see, my cell number has been changed, but I want that my this F1 should be freezed. So what I'll do for this particular freezing the things, I'll just press F.
Hello, Gaurav sir. Hello. हेलो गौरव सर. सर ऑडियो नहीं आ रहा आपका. हेलो.
Gaurav, we are not able to hear you. Gaurav, kindly unmute your mic.
मगर आवाज शायद पिन अंदर से निकल बाहर आ गया रहेगा.
Gaurav, we are not able to hear you.
Sir, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes sir. Yes sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
So I'll do one thing. Now voice is clear, I think so.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, sir, thank you. So now the formula what I'll use the formula lookup. So I have done, I have calculated the difference in days, and after that I have calculated this particular lookup formula equal to lookup F3, and जो भी range आपको यहाँ पे रखना है, you can put the range here. So I have copied and pasted this particular thing. So if you will see, my entire data have been covered in 650 to 700 and 701 to 800, because my maximum number is 735. So this is aging here. Now what I'll see, I have to just this is the aging part. I have to calculate this particular thing. Okay, so now what I'll do, I'll just create pivot table. Why pivot table I'm just going to create? I have just to find out how many 650 to 700. There are two things. Either you just do the filter and you just see कि boss 650 to 700 itne days hai, above 700 itne days hai. As of now, there is only two regime. Suppose if there are around 5 to 8 aging criteria, so it's better to prepare the summary in form of pivot. So what I'll do, so I'll create the pivot table out in the insert form. There's a table called pivot table. So what I'll done, I have changed, selected the range and this particular thing. Now what I have to do, the 2 days aging, these are the aging in range. These are the range, and what I have to select, kitne amount hai. So these are the aging. Now the thing is this, कि boss, suppose if there are n number of SBUs, and what is the SBU? Suppose यहाँ पे आपके पास ढेर सारे business criteria है. So I'm just going to do one thing. I'll put a one column for SBU. Suppose if a company has a retail outlets, or if you can say company has a business units in eight you can say 8 states. So what I'll do, I'll just put up Delhi, Maharashtra, then ये है rest of region. Now the thing is this, what I have to do, I will now refresh my pivot table, and in the refresh my pivot table, what I'll do कि मेरा aging आना चाहिए यहाँ पे, and my branch will or SBU will come over here. So from this particular data, you can see what is the aging. And now what the thing is this, what I want to tell, apart from the pivot table, I just want to tell you one thing, how we can use this particular pivot table as an advanced part. Now the question arises, I want to see in Allahabad region, how many customers are there or how many vendors are there. In Delhi, how many customers or vendors are there. So I have to check this particular thing. Now the thing is, there's a function in Excel called slicer. I think everybody is now clear about the pivot table, how we can use the pivot chart. So now the thing is this, one is this, what I'll do the customer name. Here I have to just filter out the entire customer, and it will take too much time. And against the customers which invoice is pending, again I have to do the filter. This is going to take too much time. So for avoiding this particular time, what I'll do, I'll use the function of the slicer, and how this thing is going to work. There's a function called slicer. Slicer is nothing but basically the advanced version or refined format of the filter. So what I'll do, I'm just giving the live example कि मुझे देखना है एक Edico Forge का कितना पैसा पेंडिंग है. So I have selected this. So management or as a data analyst part, you don't have too much time to see all these things. So what I'll do, I'll just remove the customer name. I have just removed the aging. So now I'll use in the insert. In the insert part, there's a column called slicer. So this is the filter, and what you want to see here as a slicer part, you can see. So now I think customer name I'll take, or this thing, sorry, customer name I'll take, and second is what I'll take the voucher number. And now okay. So these are the customer names. And these are the voucher number. So up now what I'll do, I just want to know what about Aakar Auto Industry. I have selected this. For the Aakar Auto Industry, these are the cells which are not highlighted, which is not pertaining to Aakar. Okay. So Edico Forge, I have selected this. In terms of Edico Forge, if you can see, Edico Forge, Delhi में इतना उसका पैसा pending है, and these are the 4 invoices which is pending. Slicer you can use very well. Now the thing is this, can we link this particular slicer part with 2 or 3 tables or not? Yes, we can definitely add. So what to do, you have to just go to the option. Here there is a report connection. So I'm just going to do one thing for your benefit. This is the last, you can say, for as a part of pivot table, and the same thing you can apply as a part of trial balance also. So what I'll do, I have just copied and paste. So this is the thing. So what I had done, I had done branch. Okay, no issue branch. So हमने SBU को हटा दिया यहाँ से. Now you want कि there's a branch. How you can integrate this particular slicer with this particular chart. अब मैं यहाँ पे change करूँगा, but this thing is not going to change here. So what I'll do in the option, there's a called report connection. So already यहाँ पे मैं pivot table 2 को यहाँ से हटाता हूँ, so that you will came to know whether this is changing or not. Jamna Auto, I have selected this. So मेरा ऊपर का table change हुआ है, first table, because this table is connected with this only. But what I have done in the option part, report connection, I have done the pivot table 2. So मैं यहाँ पे कोई भी changes करूँगा, you will came to know Aakar. Now you came to know कि यहाँ पे दोनों भी जगह change हो गए. So this is the part of the pivot, and you can say aging part. Formula I have already told you. Now what I'll do, if you want to see the things, I want to know the things which are top 100 or which are top 10 without. Now the thing is this, suppose if you want to analyze, boss, I just want to see data which are duplicate. I don't want to delete, but I want to highlight that particular thing. So what I'll do, this is my original data, where you can definitely identify here there are the, you can say, duplicate invoices and all those things. I think there's a duplicate invoice, so formula will work. Conditional formatting. In the conditional formatting, there's a function called new rule. So format only that cells that contain cell value or duplicate value. So I want to know the duplicate value. So I just want to know key voucher number. Okay. New rule, duplicate value. So I'll do the color coding like this, yellow. So what I had done, okay. So I think entire was unique value, so it haven't worked. So I'm just, so you can see, here's the unique value I have identified. जैसे ही मैंने यहाँ पे यूनिक वैल्यू को चेंज किया, सपोज इफ आई हैव डन द चेंजेस लाइक दिस, यू विल नॉट केम टू नो कि बॉस यहाँ पे 51 कहाँ पे है. So these are the formula in terms of the conditional formatting. So now that this particular things in terms of the aging, what I have told to you. One more thing, what I want to tell you people, how to, we have used the pivot table, but we haven't used the pivot chart. So I'll do the pivot chart function. So this is the pivot chart. Basically, pivot chart is nothing but the advanced version of the pivot table. So you can see what are the fields available here. So I have taken SBUs. I have taken aging, or you can see aging, you can see here. So these things you can see from this particular thing, so these are the part of the, you can say, aging part in terms of the pivot chart. Now I'm just going to tell you one thing, how to use the VLOOKUP function in terms of the data. You can say what I want to say, while doing the trial balance analysis, what we do, we just do the prior key, we just match the opening balances. Earlier what we were doing, we were just doing the take the printout from the Tally or ERP, something like any of the software, and apart from that you just tick. So as of now what I'll do, whether the grouping which has been done in the last year, whether all the groupings are same or is there any changes, first thing. Second thing, whether the opening balances carried forward is correct or not as per your audited trial balance. So these things you can do from the, you can say, VLOOKUP part. So there's a function called VLOOKUP. What I want to do, I just want to do the data here equal. What I want as of now, assume this is a trial balance. So what I'll do, इस पर्टिकुलर हेड के अगेंस्ट में जो भी पर्टिकुलर हेड करंट का है वो यहाँ पे आना चाहिए, एंड आई विल फॉर्मूला अप्लाई दैट क्रॉस चेक. सो इक्वल टू VLOOKUP. So this is the data. So I'll take here from voucher number. I want this. So I have selected this 1,0. So what you will came to know from this here, why the VLOOKUP function is using. VLOOKUP function is to use to pick up the data having the unique cells from another sheet of Excel. So here, यहाँ पे आपने देखा कि वहां पे भी विशाल इंटरप्राइज पलवल का वाउचर नंबर दिस था. सो यहाँ पे भी वाउचर नंबर सेम आ गया. So this is the VLOOKUP formula. So basically VLOOKUP you can use at time of verification of the trial balance, opening balances. At time of verification, you can say of the grouping, whether the grouping has been done correctly or not. So this thing you can use as a part of the VLOOKUP. Now what I'll use, I told you VLOOKUP, I told you lookup, and now I have to do the sampling. Yes, now I have to do the sampling. So how to do the sampling as of now? So these are the dates. Sampling, this is basically used at time of vouching, because as a stat auditor you will not going to do the vouching for entire transaction. So what you will do, you will do the sampling. So here in the data itself, data analysis is there. So there's a function, lot of functions are there. If you want to calculate the moving average, if you want to calculate the random number, regression factors and all those things, So basically you have to calculate the samplings. So what I'll do the sampling. So I have selected this particular range. Input range is this. This is number. I want 30 samples. मैंने यहाँ पे OK कर दिया. So these are the date for which you are going to calculate the sampling. So these are the ready-made formula which is available in the Excel sheet itself. So you can use this particular sampling function as part of your data analysis. Now what I'm going to tell you, yes, one more thing which I'm going to tell you, the important thing when you are going to do the trend analysis. So I'm not going much more into that. So the same thing which is a part of yeah, one more thing which is very important as a part of the aging analysis. For vendors you can apply the same thing, and yes, which is more important thing, the thing is this MSME aging, because as per the act and as per the guidelines we have to pay to the vendor within 45 days of invoicing. और अगर 45 days के अंदर में आपने पेमेंट नहीं किया, then there's a lot of legal repercussions. You have to create the provisions, you have to pay the interest factors which is applicable to the SBI rate, and I think 2 times or 3 times, I'm not much aware. But for MSME aging which you are going to calculate, so you have to just put the range, and you have to just put the range ki boss, if my invoice age is more than 45 days, so this thing you are going to here. So this is part of the VLOOKUP part. And now the thing is what I'm going to tell you, yes, trend analysis. And I suggest everyone ki when you are going to apply the formula, so always make a worksheet and try to link maximum worksheet with the formula to avoid any manual intervention, because it will also help in when you are going to check whether this particular formula has been figure is connected with the formula or not. So these things you are going to correct. So this is, I have just prepared one of the profit and loss ratio analysis, how you are going to do the profit and loss ratio analysis. And one more thing which I'll tell everyone, ki just calculating the ratios is not very important. Interpreting the ratios is very important for you guys as part of the analysis. So here what we had done, this is the profit and loss for one of the company. It's one of the small size companies. So what we had done, these are the numbers. We have to calculate the various ratios and all those things. I think these particular sheets have been shared to you. So I have applied the grouping function. Why the grouping function is being used? And the grouping function.
Gaurav sir.
Yes, sir.
All these sheets have been uploaded on wrcici.org website. Under student section, you can go to downloads materials, and there you will see today's data mining and data analysis from balance sheets resources, and then you can download all of that. So I have also sent you the link.
Yes.
You may present that on the slide. You may just copy it and post it on the slide.
Okay.
So that everyone can look into it.
So just wait now, please. So can it be extended for, because I think the session is going to end by 3:30. So can it be extended for another 10 or 15 minutes? Because
no, probably
so you have sent me this ID?
We have back-to-back sessions actually lined up, so probably we'll not be able to extend it.
No, sure.
So we'll have to, maybe if you can close it, and we could, take another session if required.
Sure. So I think I haven't received your mail, sir.
No, not a mail. I've sent in the chat box.
Okay, sorry. So in the chat box, just let me check. So from there, it is a
Fine, you can go ahead.
so this
I've
one.
given them the path. Yes.
So I'll click this, or I can go ahead with my sheet.
No, please go ahead on your sheet in one of your if you can show that browser window, and you can show from where to, you can click on the link, so it will take you there.
Okay, I have corrected. So this thing, I think so.
Correct. So wrc-ici.org, that's the website. You go to the student section, and here you can download everything. There's a download link here below.
Okay.
This one, downloads. Up. No. This is student section. Then download materials.
Okay.
And then the first is the data mining, 10th April. So you click on that. And then you can download, just go below material. Right.
Yeah, I think
Right.
sure.
Right. So you
I'm
please
just going to
continue.
go ahead.
Yeah. Please
Okay.
continue, sir. People can download it.
Okay. So one thing which is very important. So aging analysis, which is very important for you can say age MSME aging. So this one is the very important thing, which is very important for all. You can one more thing which is very important, the ratio analysis. I have done something ratio analysis for one of the companies. For it is, you can say, financials. So I have calculated the you can say gross profit ratio and all those things. So these are the things. So what I had done, gross profit ratios, how we have calculated the gross profit, everything has been considered. So this we have done the gross profit. C8 is the operating receipts, means gross revenue, and it is the operating expenditure. So these are the things. These are the ratios analysis what I had done. So I had done the entire data analysis, and I had done, you can say, each and every ratios is linked with the upper profit and loss account sheet. So any figure if changes, so entire sheets can be automatically updated over here. So these things are a part of the data analysis. And as a part of the data analysis, you can say in the analysis part, I'm not going much into because due to the some time constraint. So I'm just going to show you how you can prepare the dashboard for management. So I have prepared one of the dashboard for management. And one more thing I just want to say, within 5 to 8 Excel formulas, you can do a lot of analysis. One is the pivot, one is the VLOOKUP, third one is the HLOOKUP, slicer. Then you can do the samplings, power pivot, trend analysis, charts, and all those things you can do from here. If and error. So one more thing, I have just prepared you can say dashboard for one of the management. So these are the dashboard, which is very important for management. So this is the dashboard, and entire dashboard is linked with the prior sheet. So यहाँ का जो भी data आया हुआ, अब यहाँ पे see, if I'm as a MD or as a CEO or a CFO, this is a draft, okay. So this is the one of the infrastructure company. So as a part of data financial part, what I had done, I had just shown him what is the revenue, what is the direct cost, IDC cost. अगर आपको वहाँ पे देखना, you can do the data directly go from that particular sheet. So these are the link. So this particular thing, now we should think how we can add value to the management in terms of the finance part. So the dashboarding solution is very important as of now. So anything which you can do, I don't think so for data, for dashboarding, you need multiple expertise and all these things. You have to just know the pivot function, you have to know the pivot chart, you do know the from the insert function there are a lot of charts and all those things. The trend analysis, entire thing is available over here. But you have to understand what data we have to show to the management and what management wants. So at time of preparation of dashboard, you have to see how the management thinks. So here is the receivable aging, how many bills have been submitted, payment received. These are the cash flow analysis, what is the actual versus budgeted. So these things we have done. in terms of data analysis part as a part of stat audit. So what you can see was these are the observations and these are the data's movement, these are the creditors movement. So it is a one-pager summary, and management is more interested to see this because they are not having too much time to see entire things. They are not going to see entire 25 to 30 sheets. So these are the linked sheet where you can see, and I have prepared this dashboard from this particular function. So this sheet also have been circulated to you, and you can download from WIRC website. And in case of any questions, in case of any assistance, you can already ask to me. Now the thing is this, I just want to show you one thing. I want to show you the Power BI, how the Power BI is working as a part of data analysis, and this is very important for us. So this is the Power BI. So my screen. So I think everybody can see my screen. Arpit sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the Power BI, which is used for the data analysis. So these things I can do same in the data, you can say Excel part also. But here you can see the entire data is linked. So in the same page, I have populated the entire data, the customer name, the aging in days, aging by group, and these are the data. How many total number of invoices? Suppose in any of the things, if I click, the entire data will automatically change. In Excel, what we had done, we had used a function called a slicer. So these are the things. Nowadays, the big companies are preparing their balance sheets, preparing their financial statement, and presenting to the management in the Power BI function. So you can see how the things are going on. So I have done this. So you can see how I can click any of the things. You can change. You can see the changes there. So this is the basic function of the Power BI. So I have just prepared around half an hour before this session for just to see how this particular function is working here. And you can see I have selected Avtech Limited. So you can see here what are the agings and all those things. So now the clear selection, the entire sheets have been changed. So these are the data analysis tools. What I think I can understand, and I think there are a lot more things in terms of the Excel analysis part. So due to time constraint, I can't see you want with all those things. So, but I think there are formulas. You can say pivot, VLOOKUP, slicer, and all those things, auto sums. Then sampling these functions you can use very well. So if there is any query, you can ask from me, and I think I have covered to the extent it's possible within a short span of time. So I think one should also try how we can use the Power BI, because now the Excel everybody is knowing. Because one a BCom guy or one MCom guy is also knowing the Excel. So as our aspiring chartered accountant or as a chartered accountant, we should also know what are the additional data analysis tools. So here I can do anything. So here I can do the relationship management and all those things. In the back end, you can see, so these things I have just written the query, and by doing the relationship management, I have just get out all these entire data. So this was the raw data. I think if you can see, no, you can't see. So this is the original data. This is the original data, the Excel what I have uploaded. And from this data, I have created the query, and by this, I have created this particular dashboard. So these things are very important as part of data analysis. And just give me 1 minute. I'm just telling you one more thing. As a part of audit, sometimes we don't track our task also. So for this, I have tried to prepare one of the activity checklist, where what I had done, you can say, jotted down the activity, and from that activity, particular activity, I'm just going to monitor the entire task, where the activity is pending or not. So this particular sheet, this is the master dashboard. At the time of book closing, what management wants, what are the activities which is very important for the, you can say, book closing. All these activity I have mentioned again who are the responsible person. So you can say GST completed or not, what is the target date, what is the actual date. So these are the things which is very important. I have covered all these things. So this sheet is automatically updated when my these you can say these are the backup sheets. When this will be updated, this will automatically updated. So these are the activity task checklist. So I think you should also prepare as a part of the, you can say, activity tracking. So this thing you can prepare in the Gantt chart also. So I have covered this particular part, and I think I got good response over this particular activity checklist. So this is also one of the improvement in terms of the data analysis, in terms of the thinking part. So I think I have done with in a short span of time. So I think I was, to the extent it's possible, I have covered all the things which was possible for me. So this is the dashboard. So in case of any query, you can ask, you can write your query. I hope everybody has enjoyed this particular session, and I am able to give the input whatever the I have achieved during these 4 years, but in this is short span of time.
Um,
So thank you so much.
Thank you, and incredible session actually. I'll tell you, because all of this looks like really wonderful, and
Thank you
you know,
so much,
these
sir.
things are so relevant and so much required with the amount of data that we have. Sir, can you do one thing? Can you also share your screen on the
Sir, just 1 minute, please.
Just
Which screen, sir?
try.
Arpit, sir. Sir, your voice is not audible. Okay, okay, now the it's the full screen. Yes, sir. So
Email
can you see my screen?
ID.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, okay.
So
Your voice is not clear, Arpit, sir.
any your
Sir, your
Arpit, we
voice
can't
is
hear.
personal
yeah, no.
ID. Anyone would have a question, they would reach out to you. Also, PPT, on your PPT, you have written queries, right?
No, you have written query, but I am not able to see, sir.
Just share your PPT. How do you know?
So, Gaurav sir,
Yes.
Arpit has some network issues. So you were
Okay,
saying
sir.
that if you can share your email ID with the participants, so in case they got
So,
any queries, they can reach out to you.
so can I write in the chat box?
Yes, you can. And the
No,
other
no.
thing is, sorry, Arpit.
So I
Yeah,
think I'm just writing here also.
Okay.
right. Can you hear me now?
Yes, Arpit, we can.
Right, perfect. So yes, this is what I wanted you to do. If you can, in your presentation only, you can include your personal email ID,
Yes, sir.
90gmishra@gmail.com, and your
Yes, sir.
number. So
Yes, sir.
so anyone who wants to connect with you, they can connect, because I think the things that you shared, they were really relevant, and given the shortage of time, we couldn't discuss all of these. But I'll request all the participants to please share your feedback, and if there is a requirement, we could talk about, say, Power BI. We could talk about some more additional Excel function, so that we can discuss on data analysis in much more details. I would now request the secretary, CA Murtuza Kachwala, to please give a well-deserved vote of thanks.
Thank you, Arpit. So let me first thank Regional Council Member Shri Arpit Kabra for taking the lead and organizing this whole series of webinars for the students. And Arpit, congratulations and thanks a lot for all the efforts. Let me also thank CM Manish Gadia, Regional Council Member, for helping us through setting up this whole webinar series and providing us all the support. And also Ravi Arora ji, Mishra ji, Subhash, Vaibhav, all the WRC staff for helping us in this webinar series. Now coming to you, Mishra ji, a marathon session, excellent coverage. You could cover so many things, so many formulas, and there is so much more to learn for the younger guys in terms of while doing the statutory audit or internal audit or tax audit, how to select the sample, what to do, how to write queries. And so
Yes.
their review does not restrict only to the sample, but they can do it on the whole population.
Yes, sir.
And like you mentioned, like for such so many things to cover, 1.5 hours is not enough. But like Arpit also said, we can do many lectures. And for the participants, I would also want to say that in data analytics, there is so much more which can be do. Like we can do a closed source like an SQL. We can learn an open source like an R to do this thing. We can do RPA, anything on RPA like automation anywhere, Blue Prism, UiPath. So there is so many tools and so many things which you can do, and there are a lot of organizations who conduct these courses also. And but I'm sure like whatever you need, a little of analytics, macros, etc., that can be covered here as well in the session and as part of the CA curriculum. So with that, Gauravji, thanks a lot, and thank you very much for the excellent session.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you,
Over to you,
Murtuza ji.
Yes.
Thank you, Murtuza. I really thank Vinay Mishra, who's been the backbone of this webinar, Subhash, Vaibhav, Vijay, Seema, all the WRC staff who have really ensured this happens. I thank you all the participants who have taken out time. Students, please make sure that you download all the Excel files and work on all the formulas as given by Gaurav in this presentation. Also, tomorrow we are doing a wonderful session again on Tally. So I'll request all of you to please spread the word. You will receive details of these, on the WRC website also. Register yourself and make sure that you attend tomorrow in good numbers and understand Tally and the little nuances, some really magical stuff on Tally that we'll be doing. Again, very important thing, make sure you submit your feedback for today's session, and whatever is required additional, do let us know. We'll try and arrange another session for you with those requirements. We've got 3 queries. Mishra ji, can you please share? I'll just read out those queries and we'll answer them, and maybe
Just
probably
wait.
these are generic queries. Vinay Mishra. So the first question is,
Okay.
from where can we learn data analysis? How long are the courses? Second is JavaScript useful? So these are the 2
Definitely
questions that we
JavaScript.
received.
Yes, definitely JavaScript is very useful, and nowadays we people are also learning, as Murtaza sir told, UiPath and Python and all those things where you can do, and as definitely you can learn, and JavaScript is very useful. First question is, from where we can learn data analysis? How long are the courses? So I will share the link. I'm not clear, but in YouTube channel there are a lot of things. So if someone want to really learn the Power BI and all those things, so just go to the app Power BI or Power BI community. You will learn a lot of things in terms of the data analysis.
Perfect. So they can get in touch with you. Any student who want to digress
Definitely.
more and get into this more, they can get in touch with Gaurav directly through his email ID and his phone number and see
Yes, yes,
whatever
yes.
you want to do. I'm sure with all of these learnings, you will be a much more effective force in audits, and you can apply much more minds. The more you dig, the more you dwell, the more you experiment, the more you will learn. I also recognize the presence of our regional council member Vimal Agrawal, CA Vimal Agrawal, who's also the students committee chairman. He's here, but he's unable to speak right now due to network issues. So we'll hear from him again. And thank you all for having a wonderful session, and thank you for attending this. See you tomorrow, same time, 2 to 3:30. Thank you. Thank you, Gaurav.
Thank you, Arpit sir. Looking forward to you.